Brushed Away 2.5 Hearth's Warming Morning by the VClaw. All across the land of Equestria, a thick blanket of white covered nearly every inch of its land with lush, powdery snow. Due to the impressive efforts of Cloudsail's weather teams, another successful winter was upon the nation, which included Ponyville. As the sun slowly began to rise over the silent horizon, the township lay completely still under the barely lit skies. Of course, due to what specific day it was this month, it wasn't surprising that there weren't many ponies up and about as the skies turned from pitch black to a deep, robust violet. And just outside the town limits of Ponyville, a peculiarly painted barn was just beginning to be shown in the dim morning light. Inside of the home, the only source of light was from the kitchen, which was fortunately covered by its door to not disturb anyone outside of the space. Across from the doorway of the kitchen, and over the wall which split off the front half of the barn with the back, a space heater was humming softly as it kept the massive space warm enough this morning. Up the stairs which led to the loft of the barn, a massive collection of blankets and comforters was arranged in a nest pattern around the king-size mattress was rested on the floor. And inside of that bundle of cloth, an aqua stallion was sleeping soundly while buried underneath a especially thick red comforter. In fact, the only part of him that wasn't underneath his bedding was the top of his head, which exposed his chestnut-brown mane that went back into the comforter to go down to his shoulders. As his eyes stayed shut in slumber, the pony laid close to the body pillow that was placed right next to him.
Troy?
I'm down here, Canvas.
What are you doing up so early? It's not even light out.
Yeah, it is. The sun comes up on the other side, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're still up really early.
Well, can you blame me? You are aware of what today is, right?
Hearing that, the pony's ears perked up quite quickly. Even though he was still fairly tired, the stallion made a quick stretch before getting back into his hooves and stepped into the hardwood flooring. He made a small hiss through his teeth due to the sheer coldness of the floor, as opposed to the bed, but he still moved quick enough to trot down the stairs, and despite the small bags under his eyes, Canvas still had a smile on his face. After all, today was Hearth's warming morning. Much like almost every other pony in Equestria, the Hearth's warming season was one of Canvas's favourite times of the year, celebrating the unity of all the pony races when Equestria was formed. The holiday was one of the most sacred traditions that allowed ponies to come together in friendship and love. And considering all that had happened this year, Canvas couldn't be happier about who he was spending his Hearth's warming morning with. Unfortunately, the stallion wasn't expecting the reaction his fiancée made when he tried to open the kitchen door.
Oh, something smells good.
No. Don't come in. I kinda needed to be in here alone right now.
Troy? Is there something you don't want me to see in there?
Well, I have something in here I need you to see later, alright?
Alright then. I won't ask.
Thanks. Besides, I almost got breakfast ready. Just wait back in the studio by the heater, okay?
Because of his job as a freelance artist, as evidenced by the paint palette on his flank, Canvas's studio took the front half of the barn so he could work at home. And when he entered through the doorway and turned on the light, he smiled when he saw that none of his art pieces were touched and moved from their spots along the walls. However, some of the clutter was moved from the centre of the room to allow the space heater to sit on the floor on top of a piece of tile, and nearby the heater, the red couch and coffee table were cleared to allow for him and Troy to sit together comfortably. Of course, what caught the stallion's attention first was the massive wooden crate that recently came into the Griffin Kingdom, which was now pried open and empty.
Hey Troy, where's the stuff from that crate?
The crate? Oh, that. Yeah, I opened it while you were asleep. I put the packages behind the couch. I wanted us to eat first.
Oh, alright.
By the time he rested on one end of the couch, the stallion overheard Troy's paw steps emerge from the kitchen, which was accompanied by the familiar smell of warm cinnamon and frosting.
Here we go.
Exclaimed the griffin cheerfully as he entered the studio, holding a large tray of freshly baked cinnamon rolls on one of his claws towards the table. However, as he saw how the griffin looked, Canvas covered his muzzle with both his hooves to keep from laughing out loud.
What the?
Much like most ponies, Troy didn't really wear clothes over his unique form, except for his weather vest during work. However, on this morning, the griffin's silver and grey feathers weren't visible on his chest, nor was the dark grey fur that ran down his feline back. Instead, Troy had on a rather large green turtleneck sweater, and when he put down the cinnamon rolls, Troy finally noticed Canvas's expression when he looked back towards him.
What is it?
Troy, what the heck are you wearing?
What? My sweater? It's heartwarming. This is appropriate for that.
I'm sorry. It's just... I just wouldn't expect you to wear something like that, that's all.
Well, why not? I like this sweater.
I've never seen you wear that before.
Because it wasn't the right time to wear it.
So what? Are you actually saying that you have a sweater specifically for heartwarming?
No. Just because my family celebrates heartwarming doesn't mean that we go all out equestrian like you guys do. It's just tradition for us. Besides, the sweater's just for cold mornings and stuff.
Uh-huh. And that totally explains why you keep refusing to wear that scarf I got you.
Oh, come on. Are you still going on about that? I told you my neck is mostly insulated by my feathers.
Says the guy wearing a turtleneck sweater right now.
Oh, whatever. Can we just eat or something?
Alright then. I swear I shouldn't have let Mrs. Cake show you how to make that frosting yourself.
Hey, come on. It's helped me improve my baking skills, hasn't it?
It has. But you seriously don't need to make that much frosting.
Oh, don't be so judgmental. Alright.
Ah, well, I suppose so.
And with that, the two savoured each other's company as they sat closely together on the couch. By the time Canvas finished his first cinnamon roll, Troy was already done with half the tray. Fortunately, the griffin was kind enough to slow down and let Canvas get to his second and third rolls. When the stallion was finally finished, patting his full stomach in satisfaction, with only a final piece of the third cinnamon roll in his hoof, Troy had already finished off the rest of the tray, along with the massive amount of frosting that it was coated with.
Okay, I take it back. You really can make some good cinnamon rolls.
Well, I hope so. I think I lost count of how many times I've made those this winter.
Yeah.
For a long moment, the couple lay in each other's embrace on the couch, neither of them saying a word as they savoured the space heater in front of them, and the sound of snow gently coming down from outside. When the small tufts of Troy's ears twitched, he turned his head over to where the kitchen was, realizing that he wanted to give his big present to Canvas soon. So, after stretching his forelegs, the griffin leaned back to pick up some of the packages from behind the couch.
So, how about we open some presents?
Well, you don't have to tell me twice.
Okay, this first one is from Mom.
Oh, I guess she liked those talon clippers and tea bags I got for her.
Hey, you also added the portrait of the family for that package we mailed them. Seriously, she even wrote that Dad liked that drawing. He's seriously the hardest guy to impress, you know.
Yeah, most likely. I was kind of hoping the box of cigars would get a better reaction from him.
Oh, don't sweat that. He's really picky with cigars. But I thought that brand would be good too.
Oh, wow. Blending cultures, the best recipes of equestrian griffin cuisine? This is really neat. I guess she noticed how much I was getting used to cooking meat.
Oh, awesome. I don't have any of these. I can't believe she actually did this.
Oh, nice. Man, Angela really did her homework.
Yeah, she did. Is there anything else in... She didn't.
Didn't what?
When he saw what it was that Troy was referring to, the stallion seemed uneasy as well when he pulled a catalogue from the box.
What the... Is this a...
The catalogue, which was titled Caring Children Needing Parents, seemed like any other catalogue listing to buy various things. However, instead of furniture or random knickknacks, this listing contained pictures of children of all different races and species, accompanied with contact info to the orphanages they were living at.
Fucking really? We're not even married yet, and Mom is seriously wanting us to...
I know what you mean. You think your parents would understood we weren't wanting kids after explaining it for the 5th time they asked us.
You know what their background is like? It's hard for a lot of Griffins to accept the idea of a couple getting married without having a kid or two.
Yeah, but still, that catalogue is a little too far even for them. Having kids is already a pretty big commitment to make, and some company actually sells it in a booklet like they're a decoration or something?
Let's just forget about it, alright? Oh, here we go. Here's the one Dad got us.
What's that supposed to be?
Troy answered his fiancée's question by getting up on the couch to unfold the fabric, which turned to be a large 3x5-foot flag.
Oh, cool. Didn't you say you were wanting to put up an equestrian flag on top of the house?
Oh yeah, I did. That's actually pretty neat. Now we can have both of them up and make this place feel more international in a sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so whose gift should we open next? One of the triplets?
Oh, sure.
It says it's for both of us. Oh, thanks. Ooh, what's this?
When Canvas pulled out the dark purple fabric, which was incredibly soft to the touch, he realized that it was a high-quality bath towel. And on the front of it, the word his was embroidered in the cotton in large white lettering. Troy pulled a second identical towel from the box, which had the same thing written.
I don't think he realized the meaning for this kind of gift.
Well, it was still really nice of him. Oh, he got us bathrobes too!
Whoa, I think this is Saddle Arabian cotton. What the fuck did you get him?
Oh, nothing much. I just renewed the triplets subscriptions to Squatter magazine. Okay, this one is from Blaze.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You actually bought 3 different subscriptions to a freaking fetish magazine for my brothers?
Not bought, renewed. Besides, the company had really good customer service when I sent in the checks. They even mailed me back a free Squatter t-shirt.
Please never wear that in public.
Oh, come on, it's not like many ponies would know what kind of magazine it is.
Yeah, but still. Oh, come on.
Canvas peered in, while Troy looked away and covered his mouth with a hoof in surprise. On top of the stack of literature was a book simply titled The Kama Sutra, Interspecies Edition. While Troy had his head in his claws, Canvas peered at the rest of the books, all of which were basically instruction guides for more private activities.
Holy! Well, at least your brothers are accepting enough to get us something like this.
But it's creepy. Where'd he get those anyway? Last time any of those guys were in a bookstore, they almost got arrested for arson.
He might be an athlete, but he's not a meathead or anything. He was smart enough to cover my butt for that painting Blaine wreck, remember? And this gift shows he has the best of intentions. Ooh, he even bookmarked the Pony Griffin section for us. I'm just saying, Blaze has a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, when he isn't busy headbutting his brothers with it while wearing a Stormball helmet.
Oh, whatever. Could you get this one for me?
Sure thing. Knowing him, I have a feeling he sends a bunch of Talon Ripper merchandise.
Probably. I heard he gave Fluttershy a huge fan package a couple days ago.
I swear, he just needs to ask her out already.
Agreed. Let's see what the...
Canvas pulled back in shock, and Troy's beak dropped when he saw what was crammed inch by inch into the cardboard box. Even though there was a letter from Blade on top of all the items, it didn't hide the fact that it looked like half an adult shop's inventory of sex toys inside the box.
Oh, for crying out loud, is he serious? Why couldn't he just send us some t-shirts or something?
The letter was sloppily written, even though it was a nice parchment with the logo of Talon Ripper on the top. Dear Troy and Canvas, if you're wondering why I got so much of this stuff, my band uses a lot of leather gear for this company for our shows. So, they gave us a shitload of toys as freebies. I don't need them, I get plenty of action without it. But I thought you two could have fun with them. Also, thanks to Extra Hero Squad to do, that was hella nice. Blade. P.S. Don't worry, the toys were never used. I wouldn't do that, T-Bro. I may have borrowed one of the hoof cuffs after a show, I did. But don't worry, I boiled them so they're clean. P.P.S. Did Flowshine like the fan package I got her? I wasn't sure if the t-shirts I got her would fit.
I think we might need a crate to put these in or something.
Canvas, come on, put that down. Okay. You want to see what Lyle got you?
Sure. I can't believe how lucky I was when I found that anthology of Clawbiter for him at the comic shop. I was planning to get him Red Serena or something.
And I heard that comic takes forever to update, so that was probably a good call. But I have a feeling you're going to like what he got you. I may have helped out a bit.
You did? No way! Oh man, look at these titles. The Trotting Dead games, the Chaos Combat and Heatseeker games, Night Shift with Teddy, Backtail, Life is Weird, Maximum Consequence. Can you believe this? This is a ton of games.
Yeah, it is. And I figured it would go nicely with this. So, what do you think? I was hoping I would get some good games to go along with this.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you!
Oh, it was nothing. I knew you wanted one anyways.
Well, I suppose I should get my first gift for you. Now, I had to pull a couple of pretty big strings of Rarity to get this made for you, but...
Canvas is this a...
Yep. I knew you wanted a new jacket, so I figured I would try to get something special for you.
But this is way too much.
Oh no, it's not. I got the material from your mum in her last shipment, and I managed to get Rarity to help with making it. It wasn't too much, I swear.
Yeah, but still... I always wanted a jacket like this.
I know, Troy. Well, come on, try it on.
Oh, right.
Troy, look!
Well, hello there.
So, you want to see what else I got you?
Yeah, definitely. I have a couple things too.
Alright.
I hope this isn't inappropriate or anything.
After handing Troy his present, Canvas unwrapped his own to reveal what was inside of the wooden frame. The pony's blue eyes widened in an instant, not expecting for Troy to make something like this. The photo of Canvas as a colt, standing next to his mother while holding his brand new art bag, was copied and made into a larger size for this frame. While Canvas's original photo of him with blowing winds was the basic photograph, which is slightly yellowed and smudged in places due to time, this photograph was touched up to be absolutely flawless. As it sat in the pristine frame, it looked like the photo was just taken brand new.
Troy, I can't believe you did this.
So, do you like it?
Definitely.
I also got us a couple of train tickets for this weekend. I figured that maybe we could go and see her for the holidays or something.
Alright. Go ahead and open your gift.
Troy nodded with a smile, and ripped off the wrapping paper for his own gift with ease. When he finally saw what Canvas made for him, the Griffin almost felt his heart skip a beat. Inside the larger picture frame his claws sat an extremely well-detailed sketch of Troy smiling happily. Of course, what caught Troy's attention was what else was in the drawing. On both sides of the Griffin, both of Troy's grandparents were drawn beside him, just like in the photographs he had of them.
I noticed you had a lot of photos of them, but you didn't really have any with them, so... So, do you like... So, Troy, are you ready for your last big gift?
Wait, really? You seriously got one more?
Mm-hmm. Although it's more of a gift for both of us.
I kinda have one last gift for you too. For both of us, I mean.
Well, if you want to go first, then...
No, I mean, I think that maybe you should go first.
Well, okay then. I know this is kind of crazy, but I may have gotten something that will arrive in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks? Like what exactly?
I know this is a big thing to buy, but I got a really good buyout from Filthy Rich a while back, and he offered this a discount for me, so...
What the... Canvas, you bought us a freaking hot tub?
Yeah, I did. I figured that since the weather is going to stay colder for a few months, that maybe this will be a nice addition to our home. Plus, look at the size of that thing. It would definitely give us a lot of room, don't you think?
Whoa, I don't know what to say, but that is an awesome gift.
I know.
So, are you ready for your big gift?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, just sit right there and close your eyes, okay?
Alright.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, be careful now, alright? You can open your eyes.
Canvas already had a good idea what was sitting in his lap, but nothing could prepare him for what he saw when he opened his eyes. Looking down, Canvas saw a pair of beady brown eyes looking back up at him, which were almost hidden behind the patches of black fur that went around both of them. While its muzzle was fairly white, aside from the pitch-black snout, its ears and top of its head were a deep, lush shade of brown. And despite how small it really was, there was absolutely no fear in the dog's face when it looked up at Canvas. Instead, its snout came up and sniffed at the pony, before it started licking at Canvas's chin.
Gah! Troy, are you serious?
Well, yeah, I mean, it just seemed like a good match for us, you know?
Do you really think we're ready for a puppy?
Why not? I mean, I know neither of us wants kids, but I don't see any reason why we can't have a dog.
So, what kind of dog is it?
It's a St. Bernard. Fluttershy found the little guy in the woods all alone by the Everfree Forest. She couldn't find any others, but considering that it was near the Timberwolf territories,
Yeah, I get it. And what's its name?
Well, I didn't give him one yet. I mean, we know he's male, so that's a start. But I was kind of wanting to wait to name him if you were okay with having him.
You really think we're ready for a pet?
I do, yeah.
I do too.
The moment Canvas turned his head towards Troy, he felt the griffin make the first move, and press his beak right against the pony's lips. Even though he was surprised for a second, Canvas quickly kissed him back, not seeming to mind the way that puppy was looking up at them with his head tilted. When he finally pulled his muzzle back, Canvas reopened his eyes to see the griffin look at him with the sweetest glimmer in his golden eyes.
I love you, Canvas.
I love you too, Troy.
With that, the pony settled against his fiancée soundly, and Troy did the same. Despite the fact it was still early morning, and the sun was now shining brightly enough to give Equestria a pale blue sky, the two could only rest against one another on the couch, with their newest addition slowly settling in between the two of them. Just above the doorway of the studio, two small hoof-made dolls of the couple that they made the previous night were propped on top of the wall that separated the stallion studio from the living space. And even though it was fairly coincidence, the doll of the aqua stallion was leaned right against the side of the silver griffin doll, in almost the exact same position the engaged couple were resting at the moment. As the sunlight began to shine into the barn, not yet reaching the couch where the three were sleeping soundly, a beam from one of the windows illuminated right into those two dolls, and the faint voices of Troy and Canvas could be heard as they held each other lovingly.
Happy heartwarming to you, Canvas.
Happy heartwarming, Troy.
The end.